In this video, we are going to learn how to create a responsive hero section for small, medium, large screen, and extra large screen. Okay, so let's go ahead and copy this CDN. All right, let's go to our Visual Studio Code. So what you want to go ahead and just paste it here. And I think I'm going to make my screen a little big, bigger so you can see it. So let's go ahead and look for the font size. I believe there is something like font size here. Okay, so let's just make it 30. All right. I should go back there. All right, so this is nice. So yeah, since we have this, what we want to go ahead and do is first let's take a look at what we're trying to design. So what you're trying to design, the first thing we want to do is an header here. So we have an header which is of a flex of 2 elements. So the first one is the image here. So let's go ahead and select this picture. So what you want to go ahead and select the picture is go ahead and export it. Don't worry about it. You also get the images. So what I want to go ahead and do is export this image here. If you make sure that is the right one, then click export. This is going to export the logo for us. So I want to go ahead and just download it. So cut. I'm going to cut this here. Then inside, I'm going to create a new folder called images. So inside of images, you can go ahead and paste it right here. We have the logo. So if you check it, we have the images and we have logo there. So like I do say, I used to wrap all my elements in a div at first, then I can go ahead and proceed what I want to do. So for the header, we can go ahead and have a flex, so you can call this header. Okay, so for the flex here, what you want to go ahead and do is include the image. So wrap this in a div also. So let's include the image. What should the image slash logo.png? And once the image has been included, all we need is this button. So we want a rounded button. So let's go ahead and do a div. Then we can add an HR. So let's use HR. We say clone now. I think it's clone now. Yeah. So clone now. It says like we're gonna do class. So class now. Before we move on and do class, we want to make sure we set this as our the color. So where we have on this installation here, I think we go ahead and look for theme customization. Let's get to the documentations here. So let's go to CDN. I believe it is okay. It is right here. So we can go ahead and copy this script here. So go ahead and copy that script. Sorry about that. So once you copy that script, so right here, and paste that inside. So we have accent colors. So our color you want to set is BG primary. No, not BG primary. You can say primary color. So these are like primary color, which is color blue. So we have our primary color here. So which is this? Just gonna select this, which is this. How do I copy this primary color? Is there like oh wow. Control Z, set the color bar. I'm looking for able to copy the color. I should right click and edit style. Okay, which is this? So you can edit style, click copy. So make sure you don't make any changes there because you know anybody can edit it. Just make sure you don't make any changes there. So you have primary color there. So if you should go ahead and do BG. So instead of BG, so we use BG primary color as you can see. So we use BG primary color. Okay, so once you use BG primary color, you can go ahead and text should be white. Then let's have a padding of 3, the rounded full. Okay, so you're saying you see what I'm trying to say here. Okay, so I've not run this, so let's go and run this with live server. So this will open up our project with live server, which is right here. You can see now the color is working. Good. So since that is working now, the reason why I can have this is because I can go ahead and do PY up, let's say 4. So I want padding at the top exactly. Then for this flex here, you can go ahead and do justify between. Okay, so basically I want them to be spaced around like this. And last but not the least, we need to make it item centered because initially, if you look at it, these are not centered. So let's try do item centered. And I can see it is centered with the image here. The last thing we need to do is add a padding horizontal with 4, which comes like this. And let's take a look at what we have. Okay, we can add more. So let's make it 6 instead. So I'm just gonna drag this netting stuff. Okay. Now 6 is a little bit small. Let's make it 12. Okay, now good. 12 is okay. So we've done that. What we want to go ahead and now do is this side, and you notice this side is also a flex. So this is a flex of 2 column also. So what we want to do is add a padding top. So initially there's a very big padding from each other, as you can see. It's up to this place. So let's make it up 32 first, and let's say hello. That's what we have. Okay, good. So that is fair enough. Then we want to have a flex. So inside the flex, let's get our div flex. Okay, so we have our flex here. First one is have a div. So this div, we want to tell it, okay, take half of the screen. Okay, you notice PTR doesn't let us do that, so we can just say half of the screen like this. Then we can close this div. Okay, so we have half of the screen. They also want this to take the remaining half. Okay, so the first thing you notice here is a text. So which is the text in that place. So we can go ahead and copy the text, and I think there's a div. Let's just say border of 1 with bg primary column. So we should save this, and I check it out. Nothing's actually showing. Let's do pattern of 4. All right, so that is it. So you should do pattern of 1. Okay, that is it. It's a little bit too long. What I want to do is copy this div.flex. So I'm going to wrap this in a flex, and also the text here. Notice if I should save this and wrap it in a flex, it is small now. Okay, so the text here, this is all this. So I'm just going to copy this, and I'm going to add it span, which is also text primary color. I can paste this right here, save this, and let's take a look at it. So basically that's what we have. And if I should go ahead and remove this padding, let's see if we have anything. So we have nothing. We can go ahead and do px of, let's say, 6, then py of 1. Okay, we don't want, okay, what if I wrap this in another div? Let's see what happens. Okay, so that doesn't work. So let's return back to what we have. Then this padding y over here, if I should try 0.5, let's see what we have. Okay, px of 6 is actually working. Okay, so we have our border there. So the border is taking the size of this. Okay, it's taking the size of that, and what I can do is, since we have this, what if I wrap this in a flex? Okay, so basically see the same thing. You can just undo this and now go back to where we are previously. Then we want a border of 3. I think the border of 3 is okay, because basically is a text that is causing the issue right here. So let's remove this from the div, and basically we have that. We should go ahead and extend this like div of 12 or px of 12. Basically we have that. So let's make it 6, and let's do py of 1. You notice that the py isn't working because of the way we structured it. So let's do 0.5 pixels. Exactly what I was thinking. So it's taking the size of this. So we should go ahead and do text should be SM, should be small. You can see. So let's do extra small. There you have it. So basically, but we don't want this type of stuff, so we are going to delete this. All right, so what we're going to do is now we have to fix the div inside of this. All right, so actually what's wrong with div is because I think I just figured that, because I think we need to add item center here. So let's center the item. You can see nothing is showing now. So since we haven't added item by center, we can now go ahead and do py of 1. As you can see, we have what we want now. So since that is done already, we can go ahead and do space x of, let's say, 5. So we want a space between them a little bit. And this one is 1 year. We can go ahead and make it like something like 0.5. I believe that 0.5. Okay, yeah, which is a little bit more tinier. And the space between them is actually too much. So let's make this 3. And you notice this one is a little bit too much. So let's make it 4. Okay, good. Since we have all that already, and we have this grid, so we can go ahead and wrap our grid, our div in a grid. So basically we want a grid so we can stack them on top each other. So the next thing we want is this text. So we can go ahead and copy this text and say span text, and you notice it is actually big. So let's do for Excel, paste it. And we also have text background primary color. Check it out. So you see this is what we have on. I believe there's also something called fonts bold. We should make our text bold, and there's something I like doing. You can see the half is basically taking the half of the screen, so it's now allowing us our text to actually align the way it's supposed to align. And you notice that the text color here is different. So let's go ahead and edit this text color here. So edit, copy the color. So once you copy the color, what we did right here, so I'm just gonna put this, going to copy this. I'm going to paste this. I can call this primary text color. So you can call that primary text color. Then right here, can call this primary text color. So we go ahead and take a look at it. All right, so makes sense a little bit. So now what we want to do is when we have this grid here, let's go ahead and add an arbitrary value. So let's do 300 pixels. So our text can be exactly like this. Okay, so 300 pixels is a little bit small. Let's do 500 pixels. And yep, exactly what we want. Good. Then we want the next text, which is no response, of course. So copy this, and also I just make this grid, so we don't have to keep creating many divs. So let's do text, and I notice the text is a little bit dim, so it is gray. And there's something I noticed also. I think it is a small text. So let's do text XL, which is small, and yep, there we have it. And is it actually gray? Because okay, it is gray, but let's make it a little bit darker. All right, good. So this is a little bit better, and you notice we stop at ELT and we have ELT here. So basically, I believe 500 is a little bit too much. Let's do 400. 100 is too much. Let's do 380. I just like making sure exactly. So this is what we want. I just like make sure that they are exactly the same. You can see we have Massa here, and it's also Massa that ends here. What next we want to do is now this is our input field. So I'm just gonna zoom on it. Then right after here, I'm gonna have a div. So inside that div, let's have another div. I can have an input field of text. Save this. We should go back there. They see the text is actually there, but we cannot see anything. So this is it, unless we click on it. So since that is there, what we want to do is add a border. I believe there's a border there. So border, and once the border is there, we can go and give it a shadow, and it's a rounded full with a width of full. So we want it to be a full width, then a padding of let's say 3. Check it out. Then good. So we have that. So let's make it padding 4. Okay, good. So we have exactly what is there. You can make it longer if you want to. Then we have placeholder that says enter email. Enter your email actually. Enter your email address. Then you can go ahead and style our placeholder by doing placeholder equals to, I think that's text, let's say gray 600. Check it out. Okay, good. All right, so we also want to disable that black stuff. So focus outline should be none. So on focus outline should be none. We click on it because it has disappeared. All right, good. Now you notice there's a button right here. So this button actually we can just copy our clone that we have right here. So you can copy our clone that we have right here. I'm just going to like add it at the top here, and we call this get started. Okay, so let's go ahead and call this get started. Save this. Check it out. You see we have it there. Now what we want to do is now specify a class. So let's say absolute. So we want this to be absolute. It is out. Then we can go and do, let's say right should be 0. So is that right there? And what if I want to try some stuff? Let me see. What if I had a div of 400 pixels here? Save this. Let's have right 0 here. So you still moving to the end. So basically nothing like that. So you have right 0. Instead of right 0 here, we can go ahead and do something like 400 pixels. No, let's do left. So let's come from the left. Let's do 300 pixels. Okay. Almost, let's do 270 pixels. Okay, good. Then the top, we can center the top. Let's just do 50 pixels. Oh wow. So top is also fast, so we have to do something like 300 pixels. 600, 360. I actually don't like using arbitrary values, but what other choice do we have? Right. So 364. Almost. Let's do 362. 363. Okay, good. And I believe, okay, we need to push it a little bit back. So let's push it back. Let's make it 300 again, I believe. Yeah, good. So beautiful. We've done this. And what we need is this no credit card required stuff here. So let's copy. Let's first export this. Export. So that is group something. So we can just cut this. Basically an image. I'm going to rename this to check. Okay, so once that is renamed to check, then under here we can get have a div of flex. So the flex now we can have a div images slash check dot png. So go ahead and check it out. So we have a check here. Then we want to have no credit card required. So you use span. No credit card required. You notice our color. So you can go ahead and do class text primary color. So we want to make use of the primary color, as you can see, and it's supposed to be a flex actually. Yeah, because I have that here. So let's paste this outside. Good. I'm gonna do item center, then space x of 3. All right, very good. And last thing we need to do now is you need to space this out. So meaning you have to go to the grid here, and let's do gap. Let's just give it a gap of 6, and that's what we have. So that is gap of 6. You notice the position has scattered actually. So let's first fix everything. So let's give it a good gap. Okay, I think 12 is too much. Let's make it 8. Okay, then in this place also we have to give it a gap. So gap of 4. Okay, seems good. Then let's go to our position. So this top here, let's try 466. Too much. Let's try 456. 450. 400 maybe. 440. 430. What is this? 451. Okay. We can use 448. Yeah, so that should work. Okay, good. So we are done with the first part of this actually. The next part you want to do is now basically we just have to download this picture. So you just go either over down, click export, download the picture. So export the picture. Download it, that's downloaded. cut this. We can go ahead and paste this right down. We can call this yo, let's just call it yo. So when we have the other flex here, which is this, we can go ahead and just do image src images slash euro.png. Save this. Let's check it out. You can see we have euros png here. And you notice something is actually weird, like the spacing is actually too much again. And I believe what we can do is everything right here. So from this place to this particular place, I believe we can wrap it in a div. I think that should solve the problem. Okay, you can see. Good. And we can copy this instead of using the grid here. Class, paste it right here. Save. All right, so you see that solved the problem. And when we have this flex, let's do item center. Center the items, and let's do justify center. So just to center the item for us. Good. And there's one thing we need to do actually. The last thing we need to do, I'm trying to remember. Okay, yeah. So in case you don't want to use this justify item center, you see we have it like this. Let's go back there. Okay, let's just leave it like that. So if you don't use this justify center, we're gonna have a space x of 32. So you want a space around there, which is not what we want actually. So let's head over back there. And we want a space around them, like let's say 6, or let's say 12 or 6. So that is enough space. So let's check it out. Okay, and I believe we don't need this padding top actually. So let's go back. Okay, good. Yes, so that was what I was trying to look at. So we don't need a padding top, and we have our stuff here. What if I remove this justify center? So you can see we have that in that place. So I believe if I should increase this to like space should be 32. Okay, so that is not actually working now, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, px of 32 here. Okay, px of 32 should work, and let's do justify center. So justify center. Okay, and yep, this is okay. Then again, you see our absolute have changed position. Basically, that is why it's using absolute and whatever it is. So 600. Okay, and the top should finally take in 450. Okay, 450 is not working. Let's do 500. And let's do 488. It's too much. Let's do 487. 86. Oh, sorry, 89 actually. Right, good. So we have this all figured out already. Now we want to make it responsive. So how are we going to make it responsive? So responsiveness is going to take in this second one here. You notice that there's something else, so we are not actually adding this. You can go ahead and add this. This is just a flex. This will take time at downloading everything. So we're just going to skip that for now. And what we want to do is just make it responsive by making them stack on top of each other like this and showing these two texts. So initially, if I should head over to F12, click F12, then you see this is it. Okay, then there's something we need to figure out. So let's go to the responsiveness here. So you want to look at the large screen, which is 1024. So the last one is 1024. Let's go and paste that here. You can see even on the last screen it is a little bit scattered. So let's first go ahead and start designing, setting it up for the last one, because Tailwind CSS is our mobile first. So let's do last screen should be px of this, which is by default already. Then you can say on the last screen it should be flex, and also large screen we want this, and also we want this. Then we want this. So let's take a look at what we have, and initially we have that. So if I say on the large screen we don't want this justify center. Okay, that did something, and let's remove this item center here. Okay, So this is actually doing okay. What we can do is instead of doing this, we can go and have a large screen, then parent top of 32 also. Alright, so yep, this will fix it. Then we have to return this to where it was before. So we have to go to the absolute now. Let's get our set large screen. It will still be in the same place because we need to change it. So let's do large screen. And now let's start messing with it. So let's do large screen should be 500 pixels. Let's do 300 pixels. Too much. Let's do 400 pixels. Okay. Then for the top, you can go ahead and do 309. Okay, let's just do 409. And 500. Too much. 488. 490. 460. Sometimes I forget if it is increasing or reducing. I don't even know what I'm doing. 430. No, let's just go to 440. I think 440 will work. 450. Okay, so 450 works. Then we need to just push this a little bit. Let's see. 440 or so. Nope, let's do 370. Too much. Let's do 380. And you notice that we haven't done this, so you can do 448. Alright, good. So we have that, and everything here seems okay. You notice that the position again is scattering. So we'll fix the position later. Then let's take a look at the medium screen. So let's head over to the medium screen, which is 768. So basically that's how I do the responsiveness here. So let's go to 768. You can see this is what we have on 768 because we specify large everything. So the same way you can also copy this, and before large, you can paste it right here. And anywhere we have this large, we can just turn it to MD. So that is like for medium screen. You can see what we have working exactly. Then also we have to specify for medium screen here, parent top should be the same amount 32. Good. So we have that for the medium screen. This is large screen. Medium screen. I believe we can use this for extra large. So this is okay on medium screen. This on large screen, and this on medium screen. So for medium screen, we have to also do this. So let's copy this and MD. So medium screen, and you see we have it there. So basically, I think it's only the left that we need to change. Let's do 340. Let's just do 200. Too much. Let's do 320. Nope. So let's do 270. Okay, good. So you can see we've done the medium screen now. So if I should go ahead and enlarge this, this is large screen. This is medium screen here. Okay, then let's go to the mobile screen, which is initially 640. So for the mobile screen here, we want to hide whatever we have here. So since everything is for specify the parameter, so we need to build it for the mobile screen. We can go and just do where we have flex. So do we have flex? Where I do grid. So you can see this is grid on mobile. So you should save this and I head over back there. You can see they're stacked up on each other. Then here we can specify medium screen should be width of that, or also large screen should be width of that. Okay, so you see we have that, and for small screen, we want our item to be placed center. So we place item center, save that, check it out. So it's like that. Then we want to have our own width, so we can have our own width of, let's say, 200 pixels. So save that. Let's check it out. That is what we have for 200 pixels. So let's try 400. And yep, So 400 seems better. So we need to center the text center. Okay, good. Then on and also this. So and also this. Now let's take a look at it. So on this, yeah, I want to say it is hidden on mobile screen. Then on middle screen, it is visible by just specifying block. Then large screen also, it is visible by specifying block. So we are not saying it there. We want our text here. So and also this is MD should be flex, and also LG should be flex. Then we can go and specify item center. MD, then here will be LG. So save this, that's medium screen and large screen, exactly what we want. Then again, it should be MD, medium screen should be gap of 8. Then on large screen, we also want the gap should be 8. Okay, so you see there's no gap now, and yep. So for the mobile screen, we can go ahead and do the same padding top of 32, and yep, it works fine. Then yeah, where we have the stuff that you have told it to wrap it in a div, we can go class. So it is hidden on mobile screen, then it's a block here. Then on large screen too is also a block. Save that, you can see it has disappeared, and this credit card required to is also hidden. So we can go ahead and copy this. We can paste it right here, save. It is gone, and we can go ahead and say class here. I think we can make this like object cover. So let's remove this W stuff here. Good. So you should check this on this screen. You see we have some issue here because we did text center there. So we'll get back to that very soon. So once that is hidden already, after this, you want to have a div of flex. So once you have a div of flex, so the first div you are accepting is this one. So copy this. You notice for this it is get started and learn more. So let's go and do get started. Okay, so we have get started here. So let's check it out. So get started is there. And don't forget, let's just do padding top of 12. Okay, good. They also want another one that says learn more. But instead of this should be background color should be white. So let's do border should be that color, background color should be white, and also text color should be primary color. Okay, then this will be learn more. And I'm very sure we need to specify that okay, this has a border. So you have to pass border. As you can see, we have that. Then we can go ahead and do let's try item center. Okay, so this is not centering our item. Let's take a look at it right here. So initially it's supposed to center our items, but okay, justify center. Sorry about that. Then we have to do space X, let's do 12. Okay, good. So once we've done that, we can now go ahead and do on medium screen, this should be hidden. Then on large screen, this should be hidden. Okay, so if I should go ahead and zoom in this, so you see it is hidden on medium screen. So on let's target the medium screen first. So I'm just going to copy this, head over back there, search for the medium screen. So the medium screen here, where we have our text center here, and we need to turn our text center here. See on medium screen, text should be, I think, let's say left. Okay, so we are back to what we have, and down back here we can do medium screen 1/2. Okay, good. So we have 1/2. Then I notice this is broken. Okay, I think we can just go ahead and specify last screen should be flex and medium screen should be just flex instead of doing block. See, okay, good. So we have that, and the same thing that we did for this one. So let's copy this and let's do. It should be LG instead. So we want LG. So and also for the width here, I want to try and do width of 1/3. Okay, that's this one. Let's say width of 1. Okay, nothing is here. I'm trying to make the image a little bit bigger. So let's do 500 pixels. Nope. Let's just do half of the screen after. So let's head over back there and do 1/2 object cover. So if you should try something like object contain, or let's do fit. I'm just trying to see what we can possibly do. Okay, let's head over back to the cover. Okay, so we have that on large screen too. So on large screen, you see the same thing. Then we want extra large, and our extra large is from 1 to 80, 1 to 80, and yes, so we have 1, 3. So this extra large here. So for the extra large screen, we have Excel. So basically, we can leave everything. The only thing we have to change for the extra large is this stuff that is here. So just going to cut this actually. So I'm going to paste this here. So we have large. We want to do medium, large, extra large. I think it's okay like that. So go to Excel. That extra large, then we can go and do. Let's first settle with the top. So the top, let's do 548. Okay, no, that's not again. It's too much. Let's do 530. Okay, 500. 480. Almost, let's do 477. Okay, good. Then for this one, we can go and do something like 200. Oh, so let's do 400. Almost, let's do 430. Okay, good. Let's just push it to the back a little bit. 450. All right, good. So we have that for the last screen. You can see we have that for the last screen. Is there extra lag again? Okay, no. I think we can push it a little bit downwards. Or is that for 2XL? So let's try 2XL. So that's another screen size that comes with Tailwind CSS. Let's just change the top. So the top here we can here's what I do 7478. Okay, I think that is for extra large. Is it changing at all? So let's do 600. Nope. So not changing. I'm not sure that is extra large at all. 2x. Okay, yeah. So that is not extra large. So that's now 2 extra large. So we can basically just remove this. Okay, save this. Yep, we're back. I think we can just play with this a little bit. So 478, 460, 480, 485. Okay, good. And yep, so there we have it. Responsive stuff. You notice the text and the logo and this thing. So I think we have to fix that. So let's take a look at this one. Okay. So let's just make it like if it's in a small screen, do instead of it being flex, we can just we can hide the crown now. We can basically just hide it. So let's do class hide hidden. We can do MD should be block. LG should be block. We don't need to specify X on it because it will just continue from it. You can see it is hidden. Then we can do this should be LG MD MD and MD. So also copy this, and also for the medium screen, and for the large screen, I mean, save that. Okay, so we have that. We should go back, and we have this responsive stuff. You can see responsive. Also, you should check other fonts is okay, I believe. Yeah. Quick notice. You notice that once like get out of the stuff and you head over back to your design, this button is going to like floating around it, because basically I think that's one because I have a large screen. So what I did was now specify the 2XL. So by default, my screen size is a large screen here. So if you have that error, so make sure you go and specify your 2XL and specify it in there, so you can see it is now well positioned. All right, good.